Hamilton made a pilot watch that helped Matthew McConaughey save the world in Interstellar. But after a month on my wrist, I realized it's more than just a movie prop. It's my summer watch, and here's why. This is Pilot Watch Gouge, where function in the cockpit meets obsession on our wrists. Just honest intel for pilots and watch nerds alike. This model of watch has never really been to space, but it sure does look the part. It's a nice watch with a terrible name, and it's not even the one everyone thinks about when talking about the watch from the movie Interstellar. I've worn it for a month, and I like it even more now than I did when I bought it. I'll tell you why. You know, in aviation, you don't get to pick your nickname or call sign. They're earned. Same deal here. Hamilton calls it the Khaki Aviation Pilot Day Date Auto. Try saying that 5 times fast, but everyone who's seen Interstellar just calls it the Cooper. So where'd that come from? Well, blame Hollywood and a little bit of space watch nerd obsession. When Christopher Nolan shot Interstellar, he didn't want a prop that looked like it belonged in a Bond film. He wanted something a real pilot would actually wear. Enter Hamilton, and this exact model lands on the wrist of Matthew McConaughey's protagonist character, Cooper. After the movie became a hit, collectors started hunting for the Interstellar Hamilton. But let's be honest, watch folks love a shortcut. The Cooper just stuck. It's not official. Hamilton doesn't call it that. But in the same way Dirty Dozen or Milsub caught on, this nickname was born in the wild, between the forums, the movie buffs, and the pilots who get the joke. Normally, I'd rotate between a few watches depending on the day. This past month, as summer was winding down, the Cooper just stayed on anytime I wasn't working. That's when I realized this isn't just a pilot watch with Hollywood cred. It's my actual daily driver, earning its place on your wrist every long, lazy day at a time. This wasn't Hamilton's first rodeo with Hollywood either. Since 1932, their watches have been featured in over 500 films, on the wrists of everyone from Marlene Dietrich to Elvis, and in everything from classic noir to blockbuster sci-fi. Time is often a big theme in Christopher Nolan movies, so finding the right watch for an astronaut to wear in Interstellar was a big deal. Hamilton's Khaki Aviation Pilot Day Date Auto predates Interstellar. It's in the 2013 catalog. Also, I'm going to stop calling it that because Khaki Aviation Pilot Day Date Auto is a stupid name for a watch. So I'm going to just keep calling it the Cooper like everyone else does. This specific reference available today comes from Hamilton's 2018 refresh of the Pilot Day Date. When you talk about Hamilton, you can't escape the Khaki line. It's the backbone of the brand, rugged, utilitarian, and steeped in military history. The Khaki field models you see today trace a direct line to the watches from World War II. Big luminous numerals, hacking seconds, and cases built to take a beating. They're straightforward tools. However, Hamilton watches often appear in film and TV because the military/pilot aesthetic is cinematic. The other watch from Interstellar is far more popular. That's the Khaki Field Murph Auto. Only 10 of those were initially made as bespoke props for the movie. One of them was gifted to an actor, but the rest went back to Hamilton. Hamilton finally released the production Murph in 2019 with a Morse code Eureka hidden on the second's hand as a tribute to its sci-fi origin. The primary aesthetic difference is that the Murph is a field watch, while the Coupe is a pilot's watch. Let me know in the comments if you think I should do a video about that. The Coupe isn't just a movie prop. This design traces its roots to World War II pilot watches. Large, legible, built for the cockpit. Take a closer look at the dial. This is what's called a Type B Flieger. This layout was created for the Luftwaffe in the 1940s. On a Type B, the big outer track runs 5 to 55 minutes. The hours are tucked in tight in the smaller inner ring, so you can read elapsed time at a glance. It's a design that's become iconic in aviation watches. Brutally functional, instantly legible. When you see this dial from across a room, you immediately know it's not a desk diver. This watch is not as complex as a chronograph or GMT, but for me, that's the point. I wanted a straightforward, honest pilot's watch to wear on my days off. I was looking for a relatively inexpensive summer watch, something I could bang around with and not worry too much about. In particular, I had developed an itch to find an automatic. Everything so far in my watch box was quartz or hand wound. Additionally, it needed to have a display caseback. I wanted to see the magic at work. This watch is all dial. I like that. On the wrist, it comes in at 42 millimeters across, about 12 millimeters thick, with a lug-to-lug of just under 50. Stainless steel case, brushed for utility, with 100 meters of water resistance. Sword-style hands loaded with Beach WWII Super Luminova for nighttime legibility. The applied numerals are kind of great. They capture light and almost seem to glow at certain angles. It's this watch's best trick. Very legible day window at 12 and date window at 3 o'clock, which is very practical for me. When I'm working, I always lose track of what the actual day of the week is. It's built tough, but not Invicta oversized. Precisely what you'd expect from a modern pilot's watch. Flip it over, and the sapphire caseback shows off Hamilton's H40 movement, a workhorse automatic derived from the ETA 2834, but tuned for an extended 80-hour power reserve. It beats at a slower 21,600 vibrations per hour, trading some smoothness for stamina. You can expect a precision of -5 to +2 seconds per day. The watch ships on a stainless steel bracelet, but looks just as at home on a leather strap or a NATO. It's versatile, a watch you can wear going out, to a family picnic, or on a summer hike. The Cooper's bracelet is better than you'd expect at this price. Solid 3-link construction, raised center link for a touch of polish, and end links that fit clean with the case. The clasp is sturdy, with push-button release and 3-point micro adjustment. Not luxury level, but reliable and easy to wear all day. I just wish there was an on-the-fly adjustment for a watch that runs a bit over $1,000 at retail. I found the H40 movement to be a bit fiddly for what it is. I appreciate the hacking seconds, but getting to the correct position to set the date versus the time takes just the right touch. I procrastinated and researched. I waited until August, until there wasn't much summer left, to buy my summer watch. Here's the thing about the Cooper that totally blindsided me. It became my go-anywhere, do-anything watch, and not for any of the textbook aviator reasons. A summer watch has to take the heat. Sweat, sunscreen, lake water, maybe even a ding on the pier. It needs water resistance, a strap you can swap, and the kind of durability that doesn't make you baby it. But it's not just about specs. A summer watch should make you want to wear it every day. For me, that's the Cooper. Automatic movement, display back, pilot heritage, but at a price where I'm not afraid to take it outside. On the bracelet like this during a day out at the museum, maybe someday on a NATO by the lake. It's the watch that's been with me all month. That's what a summer watch is. The one that feels right when the sun's out and the days are long. They say a summer watch is one you throw on when you head to the beach or a barbecue. Something you won't cry over if it gets a scratch, but you'll smile every time you look at it. So as a hard sci-fi nerd, the story with this watch is fun. Director Christopher Nolan's real science meets cinema epic sticks with me as one of the best science fiction movies ever made. The movie delves into big ideas, fifth-dimensional physics, AI sidekicks, time dilation, space travel, wormholes, black holes, environmental collapse, the rise of science denial, and love for family that transcends time. Wearing the Cooper this past month, I kept thinking about Interstellar's big question. What do we do with the time we have? For me, it was about making the most of every long, sun-soaked day. What's your go-to summer watch? Drop it in the comments. Bonus points if it's got a movie or flying backstory. This is Pilot Watch Gouge. Thanks for watching.